So I was exhausted from playing LEGO Star Wars on my phone at 2 a.m. when I had the idea to make a guide series for every type of item in Rainworld. I've decided to start with the weapons as they are some of the most common items in the game. I'm going to now walk you through the wonderful weapons of Rainworld. Rubbish. Rubbish may seem useless at first glance, but it provides some use in the art of combat, for you can throw them. Hitting creatures with them stuns them as if they got hurt, although rubbish does not provide any damage to said creature. Unless the creature is a batfly, in which case the creature will die. Despite the fact that rocks do not actually hurt creatures, reputation-based creatures like scavengers will decrease your reputation for quote-unquote harming them. Strategies using rocks include hitting a lizard's head with a rock, which knocks away the immune to damage cranium, and then throwing a spear to hurt the body, and throwing a rock at a creature climbing a background wall, making it fall down outside of your path. The spear is a common, useful weapon found across every region in the game. You can throw them to deal 1 damage to any creature. They cannot be used as melee weapons, sadly enough. You can't swallow a spear because you're not a magician, and you can only hold 1 spear at a time, although you can hold 1 other object. So you can't hold 2 spears, but you can hold a spear and a rock. Unless you're Hunter, in which you can carry a spear on your back and a spear in your hand, and another object in your other hand. It's kind of weird to explain. Anyway, spears have a few unique mechanics. They can pin certain creatures to walls if the creature is backed up against a surface. They also deal extra damage to lizards if you hit them in the mouth. Be careful though, because if it hits the head instead of the mouth, it does no damage, but stuns them briefly. More on lizards in my lizard guide. Explosive Spear. The Explosive Spear is rare, but one of the most powerful items in the game. Upon hitting a creature or surface, it does what explosive things do best. The explosion does extreme damage, being able to kill a daddy longlegs or vulture at its best. It's easiest to obtain these by stealing from scavengers or trading with them. More on scavengers in my scavenger guide. There aren't any unique strategies to using explosive spears. Just impale a creature with them and they'll become past tense. You obviously cannot swallow this. Just like the original spear, you can only hold 1 of these, unless you're Hunter, in which you can hold 1 on your back. The Firecracker, aka Cherry Bomb, aka Gunpowder Plant, is a plant that explodes upon being thrown, after a small delay. It does no damage, but scares away small or medium-sized creatures, although it does not scare larger creatures like daddy longlegs or leviathans. For instance, throwing a firecracker will cause lizards to retreat, but it will not affect vultures. You can store them in your stomach, no matter how questionable it sounds. Whilst the creature is running away from the burst, their back is exposed, so use this to your advantage. The bomb, also known as the grenade, is a small, berry-sized weapon of mass destruction. It is, as of yet, before Downpour, the most powerful usable item in the game. If you throw it, it will create a massive explosion the size of a small room, killing any unfortunate soul except the Leviathan and Wormgrass caught in the blast. Take caution handling these because they will kill yourself if you're not careful. Scavengers commonly have these in their dens, in storerooms, or the holes, although you can rarely find them elsewhere. They are swallowable, but the scavenger merchant will definitely give you a funny look on your way out. Flashbangs are odd, glowing plants found in the Shading Citadel and Subterranean. Upon throwing one, creatures whose eyes are adjusted to dark, including the Miros bird, big spider, and small spider, will be blinded temporarily while your screen flashes blue. These kill small spiders, and effectively too. Use these to knock out a whole room of them. They only blind and stun Miros birds, but because the Miros birds can easily outrun you, Flashbangs still make some use in an emergency against them. You can use these against big spiders, but flashbangs are pretty rare and valuable, so reconsider your options. Spore puff, a rare type of fungi only found in the farm arrays, although common in the farm arrays. The spore puff can repel any insect, bug, arachnoid, or centipede that slithers into your backyard. Throwing one at an insect gives them a slow, painful, spasming death. Potential side effects of using this product include taming reindeer. Get a spore puff today and boot those bugs out of your garden. The beehive is a barbaric force of nature found in the farm arrays, garbage wastes, and rarely in the industrial complex. Scavengers can also be seen carrying them sometimes. Tossing one results in the bees leaving the hide and sticking the nearest life form in a spider web. It's weird. But anyway, it gets any creature tangled long enough to A. run away from them, B. kill them, or C. leave them out in the rain to die. Obtaining a beehive is no easy feat because most of the ones you'll find are attached to a plant. If you get near the plant, it'll unleash the bees on you, which can either be a minor inconvenience or a deadly trap. As far as I can tell, it's impossible to pluck one off the plant, but scavengers hold beehives detached from the plant, so they're the easiest way to get one. Well, this was a fun video to make. If you're new to the game and need some help, make sure to stick around my channel, as I make guides fairly often and can probably assist you throughout Rain World. I have an entire playlist dedicated to guides and a separate playlist dedicated to Rain World. I also have a Discord server, link in the description and on the pinned comment. That being said, I'll see you all next time.